Good afternoon to all. So, again, welcome back to this exercise 3.5. As I started yesterday with cross multiplication method, let us recapitulate quickly what was the method is. As I told you throughout the exercise, I am focusing upon the standard form ax plus by is equal to c. So, first of all, I have to check whether my equation is lying in the form of that ax plus by is equal to c. Constant term I am shifting to that side, and as per the result, I am taking minus 1 here. So if you are taking ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, that standard form, then you need not to take this negative sign, then it will be xy and 1. So first of all, you check the equation and try to reduce if any possibility is there in standard form. Then x, y and minus 1 you have to write, and then b, c, a, b systematically such that in between this b and c x is lying, in between this c and a y is lying, in between this a and b minus 1 is lying. Give these the numbers. In first row 1 1 1 1 1 b1 c1 a1 b1, and in second row same thing b2 c2 a2 and b2, and then do this cross multiplication. That's why this method is called the cross multiplication method. Underneath x, this product, this into this. So I'm taking this into this minus this into this. So b1 into c2 b1 c2 minus b2 c1 minus b2 c1 is equal to, then y, then this into this, underneath y, this is there, c1 a2 minus c2 a1, c1 a2 minus c2 a1, and then minus 1 upon a1 b2 into a2 b1. So that you need to put. And then finally I said ki while you are solving the problems, once you have written the equations in standard form and in their lowest terms, you can write the value of a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 and directly substitute those values here. Definitely you will be there in position to get the answer of the problems. But beforehand, precautionary, I said ki this is wonderful if you decide well in the beginning whether the solutions are possible or not. Algebraically, you can go for only the unique values. Remember this. Neither for infinite solution and nor for no solution. If the question conditional is based, like here, if you check the third part, your first equation is given 3x. So apply that sense. Sometime out of the box thinking also we need to apply. This is there equal to 20. Then this is 6x minus 10y is equal to 40. Now, my point of discussion is, suppose without paying any attention, first of all, though, very clearly I am telling to you, check the equations are there in the standard form. If you see the second part I am telling, this is equation number 1. If you see there is a possibility to reduce it, so please reduce it. What you will find, 2 into 3x minus 5y is equal to 40, and then finally this is 3x minus 5y is equal to 20. Whatever is the equation number 1, same is the equation number 2. That means a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. Infinite solutions are going to take place for such equations, which is possible only graphically. We have to show the coinciding lines. Algebraically, if you will try, what you can do with that you did in class 9, when one equation was given, only geometric representation is possible, and that is the graph. Otherwise, algebraically, solutions are not possible. But how to write the answer in class 10? Because here I am finding a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. Sometimes with these two different equations, you don't have any idea. But still you can check 3 upon 6 is 1 upon 2. 5 upon 10 minus will go off plus, again it is 1 upon 2. And 20 upon 40, again it is 1 upon 2. If you forget ki I have to reduce, something is common there. So here directly, orally also you can try 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. That means again the infinite solution. So no possibility. So you just cannot proceed, then you have to write the answer. Solutions are infinite, so no particular values of x and y are possible, as a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. So similarly, I hope other three, one part already have solved for you. Now you can try these three, number 1, 2 and 4 on behalf of this method. Write the value of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, and first of all, if this is equal to, you have to put to get the value of x, and then this equation you have to use to get the value of y. Now let us go to question number 2, which is again very important. from the examination point of view, for which value of A and B does the following pair of linear equations have an infinite number of solutions? So in question number 2, when you are going to write, first step will be, we know that when infinite solutions are there, when infinite solutions are there, then condition is what? A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2 all the times. Now here the equations are 2x plus 3y is equal to 7, and then second equation is a minus b into x, a minus b into x, plus it is a plus b into y, a plus b into y is equal to, that is 3a plus b minus 2. Better you keep it inside the bracket. Now you see, again, this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, and both the equations are lying again in the standard form. Ax plus by is equal to c. Again here you see ax, coefficient of x is a now, that is a minus b. By, coefficient of y here is a plus b, so by is equal to c. This is the constant term without the variables, that is x and y. So I can give them the number 1 and 2. Now I said a1 upon a2. What you need to do here is, for which value of a and b, so you have to determine the value of a and b. So for that you have to write a1 upon a2. So here a1 upon a2, 2 upon a minus b is equal to 3 upon a plus b is equal to 7 upon 3a plus b minus 2. So pay attention towards these kind of questions. Beautifully the questions are arranged here in NCERT. So you need to keep a check. You have three possibilities. You take either this is equal to this, or this is equal to this, or this is equal to this to form the equation. I need to calculate the value of a and b. At least two equations I have to form. Suppose I am taking when 2 upon a minus b is equal to 3 upon a plus b. This implies what? 2 into a plus b is equal to 3 into a minus b. So this gives you 2a plus 2b is equal to 3a minus 3b. So if you take all these variables to one side, 2a minus 3a will make it minus a, 2b plus 3b will make it plus 5b is equal to 0. That I am taking equation number 1. Equation number, okay, 1 and 2 already have given, you can give it number 3. So I am writing now my equation which was given in terms of x and y in terms of a and b. Why in terms of a and b? Because I have to go for the value of a and b. That is my question. So here I have written minus a plus 5b is equal to 0. Now second possibility with me available here is, what is that? You can see I can put this is equal to this also. So you write, or this is equal to this. That is your choice. You go for any one. So suppose I am taking 3 upon a plus b is equal to 7 upon 3a plus b minus 2. Then you do the cross multiplication. 3 into 3a plus b minus 2 will be equal to 7 into a plus b. So here it comes 9a plus 3b minus 6, 7a plus 7b. Take these to this side, 9a minus 7a plus 3b minus 7b is equal to 6. Constant I have shifted to that side. 9a minus 7a is 2a, 3b minus 7b is minus 4b is equal to 6. Still possible to reduce. Take 2 common. A minus 2b is equal to 6. So this makes a minus 2b is equal to 3 will be my equation number 4. So if you see your equation number 3, now equation number 3 is what? I will write directly. It was minus a plus 5b is equal to what? 0. This was your equation number 3. So if I am talking from the elimination point of view, this is plus a, this is minus a. Can I reduce it by adding? Sorry, can I cancel it? Yes, of course. So then here it is plus b minus 2b. So that is 3b is equal to 3. This gives b is equal to 1. So put in, suppose anywhere you can put, here in 3 or 4. Suppose I am putting in 4. So if I put in 4, that is b is equal to 1. What happens here? A minus 2 into 1 is equal to 3. This implies a is equal to 5. So a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 1 is the answer. A is equal to 5 and b is equal to 1. So please keep patience while you are solving this. You are towards the end. Now all the methods here, it is not mentioned anywhere you go for cross multiplication or go for any substitution method. You feel free. That's why if I'm finding elimination is easy, I will go for that. And I know to find the value of a and b, I need to form the two equations in terms of a and b. Only then it will be possible. But how to start and how to finish, that you have to keep a check. Similarly, the second part you can do, please try it yourself. For which value of k will the following pair of linear equations have no solution? But you remember, for that you have to apply the condition a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. Only then it is not possible. And then third question is solve the following pair of linear equation by substitution as well as by cross multiplication method. I think again that you can do comfortably. So apply both the methods. Already I have discussed with you. So I think all parts of question number 1 you have to try. Second question, one part I have left to you. And third question also you have to try. So better that these 5 parts of problem sum we will do tomorrow. You take your time to solve these questions. Any queries are there, please send a comment. I'll be back to you with the solution of those problems definitely. And do not forget to make the things fair. Please make a note of that. And by the end of this week, somewhere I will be giving you a test, including your cross multiplication method, algebraic solution only. This time I will avoid the graphical solution. So at least 4 to 5 questions I will give you in that test. Only how to solve the linear equation in two variables algebraically. That part you prepare. All 3 methods conditionally I will ask, so that you can check that whether you understand all these 3 parts, 3 methods or not. Thank you.